Right, I'll just do a quickie around the outside of the house here. Here's the back of our owl. Wellhead. And there's another wellhead here. There. It's almost underground, and they reckon if we don't do something about that, it can contaminate our well. But at some point, it looks like the ground is higher here than it used to be. And probably why this wellhead's buried. Because the ground comes up too high around the foundation and it's allowing damp into the downstairs basement. But this woodwork looks really, really bad. But we've been digging around it. The wood itself is solid, it's not rotten. It's just a case that they haven't bothered keeping up with the painting. All this siding is like little wood shingles. And again, looks worse than it is. There's no rot on any of it. It just needs scraping, painting. We're going to have to dig out some of this ground here, level it out, bring the ground level down so that it doesn't cause any problems in the basement anymore. And we're probably going to make some kind of deck or something around the back here anyway. This back area will be our little proper back garden area. We want to fence it in for the animals so even the cats can come out and play, have a pool, that kind of thing. This is the back steps. And that little doorway is actually an addition. There used to be a little corner jut out and they filled it in and made a little mudroom. This deck just needs pinning up a bit. It's a little bit rickety, but it's still pretty solid. It's mostly just the handrails where they haven't nailed it in properly. And this is access to the basement. And again, whenever they've done additions to this house, it's like they haven't actually pinned it to the body of the house properly. I mean, all the flashing and everything needs doing. That little roof needs doing. And some point in the future, we'll actually have an addition on here that makes it so that you're actually accessing the basement from what seems to be the inside of the house. Again, just upkeep. There's a couple of new windows, but there's some of these lovely, these lovely original frigging windows. All the original glazing and woodwork and everything. We're going to try and save some of them. And coming back around to the front, a raised little, I think originally they had it as a deck, but then turn it into a sunroom. And again, really, really old windows. They're lovely. Paintwork is crap, but the woodwork is not yet rotten. So while we're here, we're going to try and protect some of this so that it can survive another winter. But it's so gorgeous. This is our favourite room in the house. We've already spent most of our time there. And again, this little deck, a little bit rickety. They didn't attach it to the base of the side of the house properly. And when we do redo it, it's going to go the entire length of the sunroom. We've been told we really need to make some proper gravel or paved paths here for when people, because it's considered dangerous. But again, it just looks so much worse than it actually is. None of this wood is rotten. None of it. Look at this little area underneath that. It's storage or something. But yeah, and look, all the crackled paintwork. We just need to scrape it off and redo it. They've already started digging out a trench, look, to try and drop the land and let the water run away. I'll probably grade it out a bit better than that and slope some of the land so that the water runs either side of the house instead of right at the back of it. But it's such a pretty little house. It's such a pretty little house. Dale's still snoring in bed, so I'll do the inside a little bit later. But yeah, we decided when we do get round to updating the outside properly, she's not going to be boring brown anymore. We're going to do a little nice bright colour. Alright,